We got Lando Vannata back here on the program. He's going to be fighting at UFC 234 on February 9th. He's going to be taking on Marcos Mariano. Lando, what's going on, man? How are you?
Doing good, man. Really, really, really good. Enjoying my days, you know.
I bet, man. Congratulations on re-signing with the UFC. Great news to see that you're back. Was this something you were expecting, or did you figure that it might be difficult to re-up with the UFC just because you came off that draw?
Nah, I mean, I figured that they would want to resign me. You know, I'm a pretty exciting fighter. I put on a hell of a show every time I step into the cage. And, yeah, I wasn't too surprised that they came back looking to resign me to a new deal.
Yeah, was there ever a point you thought that you might not get re-upped with them, or were you always pretty confident it was going to happen?
You know, I was keeping my options open, but I figured that they would want to, and if the figures were right, then yeah, I was going to go back.
Were you part of a period where the UFC had exclusive negotiating rights, or were you ever at a point where you were actually a free agent and could talk to other promotions?
Nah, they had exclusive rights. Yeah, I think it was like
okay, good. So that's good. That's good. So it was pretty easy then, because I guess they just go and say, hey, we're good. Let's figure it out, and sure enough, it's a 4-fight deal, correct?
Yes, 4 fights. Yeah,
excellent. Well, that's good to hear. Let's talk about this matchup. I know when you had signed the new contract, I sent you a message just saying, hey, let's do something. You're like, oh, I got something in the works. Did you know then, this was a couple weeks ago, that you had the fight booked for UFC 234?
Yeah. I think I signed the fight contract 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think 2 weeks ago I signed the contract, and like 3 or 4 weeks ago I got word of the fight. So yeah, I knew it was coming. So
you're a guy who's on social media. When you hear the news that they're saying you're fighting Charles Rosa, what's going through your head? Because you're like, I didn't sign for that fight.
I was fighting a newcomer. So I was fighting Marcos Rosa, and I was like, I'm like, all right, this is the guy. All right, this got to be him. So I was like 90% sure that was the person I was fighting. And then when social media came and I saw the Charles Rosa post, that I'm like, wait, hold up. Wait, I'm fighting this guy? Is this right? I gotta double check. Yeah, so it caught me off guard, and I was like, no, okay. I had to go to the ESPN website. I saw that they had Marcos Rosa, the Brazil flag next to his name. I'm like, okay, I am fighting Marcos.
But so there was no alarm bells going off. You didn't, talk to your coaches or anything. You're like, hey, what's going on here? We signed to fight a different Rosa.
I just did a little investigative research myself and was like, okay, all right. I had to go look at the contract again and make sure. I was like, all right, yeah, that's right.
So what do you know about this new opponent? There's not a ton on him, obviously, but how do you feel like you match up against him here?
I feel like I match up against anybody pretty well. I think I'm a tough fight, a hard fight for anybody. But yeah, I'm excited to welcome him to the UFC, and I think you guys are in for another hell of a show. And I'm looking to go out there and leave it all in the cage.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that from all your fights in the UFC. They've always been very exciting. Now, what about training camp? Because I know the last time we talked, I know you're kind of doing your own thing, in terms of training partners and coaches. Like, where are you exactly training now, and who are some of the guys you get to work with?
So I'm still, same as the last camp, I'm at, I just got a cramp in my foot.
Yeah. That's the worst. I hate those, by the way, when you get a cramp.
Right? Yeah, brutal. So I'm over at Jackson's MMA Acoma. I'm not at Jackson Wings. Yep, completely separated from them. I work with Greg still. I still work with Greg Jackson. I work with Harry St. Ledger for my wrestling and my grappling. And I work with my good friend Nick Urso as my head striking coach.
Excellent. Okay, that makes sense. And so how far away is that gym from the Albuquerque gym? Like, where is it located?
It's actually the old Pro Gym.
I see. Okay, yeah, because they built a new one. And so, yeah.
That we were in before the big move that we had a few years ago.
Okay. And what about training partners? Who are some of the guys that are there other than Nick? I know Nick still trains a bit. As far as
we're building. Yeah, he's still training. I think he wants to fight again this year. So
good. I don't know why, because I never understood that. Because I know he had obviously the setback on Contender Series, but he's a talented guy, man. He should definitely.
He's a hell of a coach too. Really, really good coach. Very smart. But so training partners, yeah, we're building a nice squad over there. I got Josh Moreno, who's LFA coming up. I just posted a video of me drilling with him today. He's one of the best strikers I know. Donald Sanchez, who's been around for
LFA.
Yeah, LFA as well. He's got like 60 fights. That guy's been around the block multiple times. Ty Freeman is fighting LFA as well. We collab with BMF Ranch. So last Wednesday we had all the BMF guys down at the gym. We had a big sparring session. It was like the old days of the gym, good vibes, great training. Like every round is an absolute killer. Keith Jardine Can't forget Keith. Yeah, there's a good group of guys over there right now. I'm sure I'm forgetting some other ones off the top of my head, but yeah, we got a good group of dudes that are, we're all getting better and enjoying our training.
Does it make things easier as well, just because it's probably a smaller group than what you had at the Jackson Wink gym?
Well, not only because it's a smaller group, like, yeah, that makes it easier, but because, I mean, we all know each other, over at J-Dub, it's like a lot of random people coming and going all the time, so there's not as much camaraderie over there. It's like right now we got like our little village, we're all super tight. We all have good time together, and, it's just fun. It's a real good time.
And I don't want to go into this too much, but obviously there's some bad blood there between Mike Winklejohn and Donald Cerrone and everything. And it seems like you're one of the guys who sort of stayed out of that. Have you had any backlash from that? Maybe old training partners saying stuff, or have you just sort of stayed out of that completely?
I'm sure there's a couple people over there that have talked shit, but well, I know there is. But yeah, I try to stay out of the drama, man. Like, I don't like getting involved in it too much. I drew my line in the sand. I went my way, and best luck. I hope Wink does great. I hope the gym flourishes. I hope everybody over there does great. I have no ill will against them at all. It's just not for me.
And were you at least happy to see Donald go on Joe Rogan and kind of give his side of things? Because I think there was a lot of stuff on social media, and Donald really set the record straight from his perspective what was happening. Do you feel like that was good, just to get some closure there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's real good. Absolutely, and I think, yeah, I'm glad he did it.
When are we going to see you on Joe Rogan? I'd like to see a 3-hour show.
I would really like to. I wanted to get on they wanted to get me on a few years ago, but like scheduling conflicts and everything. And I'm kind of glad I didn't get on back then, because I was, still young, dumb, arrogant, and a lot of growing to do. I mean, I'm still probably young, dumb, and arrogant, but I feel like I'm a big grown up now compared to when I got in the UFC. So yeah, I would definitely like to get on there and talk with Joe eventually.
This is in Australia. When are you heading down there, and how does that alter the weight cut at all for you, just with the distance you have to travel?
No, not really. I'm gonna try to get out like a week in advance. I want to go do some stuff while I'm waiting around for the fight. So I want to go check out that the Great Ocean Road down there, find some koalas to take pictures of, and enjoy the city, enjoy the whatever's going on. Just like adventure a little bit while I'm out there.
Well, I was going to say, if anyone follows you on Instagram, it's kind of like they're subscribing to like a travel channel, because you do a lot of like traveling and you take a lot of really cool photos. I know you did some stuff. We talked about this last time when you were up in Canada. I'm sure that's something you like doing outside when you're not fighting, to be able to go travel and explore places.
Outdoor sports and seeing the world, and that's like my other passion in life. That's like where I'm going after fighting too. So it's like I'm just kind of slowly making my way there, but enjoying it while I'm fighting.
So you should start like a Lando Vannata like tours or something. If people want to go like, explore something, you've been there, you kind of know the ins and outs. Because I bet some of the traveling you're doing, it's kind of off the beaten trail a little bit, stuff that you probably researched.
Yeah, from time to time, but yeah, I'm not a guide, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, fair enough. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
So Harry St. Ledger, he just had a baby girl. Congratulations, Harry. So he will not be able to make it down. So it'll be myself. With the corner, I'll be fighting. The corner will be Nick Urso, Greg Jackson, and then Kyle Noak, who was an old teammate and lives in, somewhere on the Gold Coast over there. So he'll be coming down.
How do you see this fight unfolding on February 9th?
I plan on mentally breaking this guy. Like, I want to break him. I want to snatch his soul. It's like, it's one of my favorite things to do in fighting, man. Like, wrestling, fighting was just like, just make somebody quit. Make them be like, I want out. And that's what I want to do in this fight.
We talked about you loving to travel and everything like that. If you come out of this fight unscathed, there's rumblings they might be doing a card here in Vancouver where I live. Would you like to fight on that card? Because I know you definitely had some good times in Canada when it comes to the fight cards.
Do you have any idea of when that one might be?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. They announced it last year. I would imagine, if I had to guess, I'd say it might be in the fall, which might be a little bit too long, so you might want to get one in between there. But I imagine a card in Vancouver would interest you, because you've been here. I would
love to. Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, dude, PNW, like, Washington, Oregon, and Vancouver is my favorite part of the world. So, yeah, I would love to fight in Vancouver. That'd be awesome.
Okay. And what's getting you through downtime right now? I know you don't watch a lot of TV or anything like that, but what's taking your mind off training right now? What's helping you get through camp?
Training's been fun, man. I haven't had to take my mind off it. I've been doing a lot of like rock climbing, a lot of trail running, hiking. Been doing uphill skiing, like ski touring. So that's a hell of a workout, and been enjoying my training. And then in the meantime, in my downtime, I like to read and play Call of Duty Blackout all the time, like every night with my squad.
Do you and the team play on multiplayer, or you just play multiplayer on your own?
No, I play solo sometime, and then but almost every night, me and a few of my buddies we get on. We play squads. Yeah, every
Looking
night.
forward to looking forward to seeing that. Do you have a Twitch
So,
channel yet? That should
yeah,
be
I
the
was gonna
next
say I
thing.
got to start a Twitch channel eventually. I know Sugar Sean makes a grip of cash every month playing on Twitch, so it might come eventually. I don't want to turn my video games into a job though.
Right. Well, at least if you play, you could kind of make a little coin off that. I'm sure the fans would be interested too. So that's kind of the benefit of it, right?
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, this card's going to be pretty cool, and this fight's going to be awesome. It's coming up here February 9th. It is UFC 234. Lando, again, congrats on re-upping with the UFC. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout-outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, man. Sponsors on it, definitely on it. Glow CBD. That's GLO CBD. And my new one I just started working with, hopefully, Oura Ring, OURA Ring. Great sleep tracker, HRV fitness tracker, and just sits on your finger. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Groovy Lando. Groovy Lando. Groovy Lando.